Hamza is a marketing genius, going from making nothing to almost 100,000 a month. He has these die-hard fans on YouTube that no other YouTuber has. But how? Well, it all comes down to his psychological techniques, and his audience literally does not know he's doing this.
This is a multi-level marketing.
So today we're gonna look into the psychology secrets that Hamza knows that has helped him achieve these really high social skills and how he markets himself extremely well.
Hamza never agrees to any rules, and this makes him hated by thousands but loved by hundreds of thousands. Being polar to the ideas of society are witnessed in every cult, from religion to fitness to self-improvement. But it turns out it can either make you a leader or a loser. Take the guy who made the coolest cooler. This was a cooler, a different cooler. It had Bluetooth speakers, an integrated blender, and a lot more random features. It was the different and new idea that everyone loved. It broke records in Kickstarter, everyone was donating to the company. It was the best new polar idea, but yet, it failed. This shows that not all polar advice will succeed, but how does Hamza get away with it?
You should slow down. It's okay to play 1 hour of video games. Anime is not that bad. They're behind you in the race, and they're telling you to slow down.
You'd expect these tips to never work out, but yet people absolutely love it. Why does his polarization work better than the coolest coolers? It's because he's selling something that everyone wants. It's hope. Hamza is okay with preaching different advice because it's truly what he believes in.
Bouncing around different opinions may make you liked, but sticking to your opinion will make you loved.
But Hamza's opinion was challenged and he admitted that he was wrong. So does sticking to your opinion actually work?
204. 205.
Hamza pretends to be the ultimate man.
Adonis.
But no man is ever perfect, and he was wrong at times. A lot of times. He gave advice of what he called the dream life, working only 4 hours a week and traveling around the world with your friends.
And travel around Southeast Asia. Imagine being sat in a cafe in Thailand, opening up your laptop to do some work on a beautiful warm day.
Now you're probably confused because this is literally the perfect life. Instead, Hamza changed his opinion by using a simple psychology trick to appear more likable and relatable. He comes out with a video stating that he was wrong and he never should have followed his dream life.
So for the past few months, I'm semi-retired, so I've achieved the ultimate 4-hour work week. I'm not gonna lie, this has been like the worst time of like my self-improvement journey over the past few years.
But the 4-hour work week was something thousands of fans were already following. He was too deep to go back. But even after Hamza's mistake, he was praised for his honesty and his relatability. They said that they loved that he came out like this on YouTube. Any other YouTuber would never be forgiven. So how did Hamza do this? Even if you make a mistake, you can use humility to make others love you. Hitler is a good example of what not to do. He punished everyone who delivered bad news to him about the war. He knew he was losing, but he didn't want to hear it from anyone. If you accept the embarrassment of being wrong, people will love you. If you're not, then you're living a lie. Although Hamza is really good with people, some of his techniques are more deceptive than you realize. His viewers call him egoistic and arrogant because of it. Here's an example.
Just be yourself, but you're actually a loser. And we want you to stay a loser because that's more profitable.
Style, and I get called like arrogant and egotistical.
You're probably not going to become successful.
Criticism was Hamza's secret weapon. Hamza told others that their habits were bad and he bragged about being on another level. Now Hamza has drastically improved this and changed his way of influencing people. Being humble is the best way to criticize others without being hated for it, and is one of the reasons for his massive growth this year. This is how it's done.
Literally months, I swear to God, I got like almost put into like the self-improvement depression stage again. I was waking up late to habits. Like I lost like all drive, all motivation, all discipline and everything.
When Hamza switches his technique to sharing his experience doing those bad habits, the viewers think that Hamza isn't criticizing them. He's criticizing his past self because he's the one who's done those bad habits. He makes others realize that he's not the perfect man that he preaches to be, and this makes others love him even more.
But with all this psychology being used, is it possible that there's more to it than just these techniques? Well, this is exactly why Hamza is a psychological mastermind. He used a pyramid scheme to grow rapidly and get many people to like him. Usually, a pyramid scheme goes something like this.
Pyramid schemes are illegal in most countries, a common type of fraud where members make money by recruiting more people to buy in. Typically, the founder solicits an initial group of people to buy in and promote the scheme. They are then encouraged to recruit others and promised part of the money those people invest, while the founder also takes a share.
But pyramid schemes are illegal, so how is Hamza doing it? Well, it's not actually a pyramid scheme because he's not explicitly going out there and telling new members to recruit new members to make money. That would be a pyramid scheme. But he does do it secretly using the rule of reciprocity. And if you do understand this rule, you can use it to get a lot of people to like you like Hamza does. Alright, take this clip for example.
Hello. Hello. We'd like you to have this flower from the Religious Consciousness Church. Would you care to make a donation?
Did you catch that? The rule of reciprocity is very simple. So the dude gives her a flower, and then that makes it seem like the girl is in debt to him, and the only way for her to pay her back is to somehow pay to the organization that he's running. If someone gives you something, you'll probably want to pay them back somehow. And this is exactly what Hamza is doing. He literally gives you the information and inspiration to change your life, and then in return, you feel so in debt that you just tell your friends about him because that's the only way you can help. Okay, so here's a crazy story. I was at the gym just trying to bench, and then I met this dude there, and then within 20 seconds of the conversation, he says, "Do you know this YouTuber Hamza?" Like, I kid you not, it was only 20 seconds. And that's kind of crazy because I've seen 4 other people do the same thing. I've seen 4 people tell others about Hamza. So how can you use the rule of reciprocity to get people to like you? So there's a way that Hamza specifically does it, and there's 2 methods that you can use to copy Hamza, and they're from his psychology books that he's read. Okay, so listening, let's see if you can spot this mistake right here.
I was reading my lesson.
When did you wake up?
I woke up at 5 o'clock.
Wow, you are studying hard.
I don't think so.
The mistake that most people make is they don't ask people about themselves. Everyone wants to talk about themselves, and if you keep asking questions, it may seem annoying, but who doesn't want to talk about themselves? And this is how the conversation would go if you follow the method that Hamza uses.
And you genuinely are legit badass. Right. And at one point in time, you were a legit terrified person.
Yes.
So what was the process?
It's a long process.
Right.
Okay, so the first method was listening and then asking about themselves. The second one is remembering people's names. I've gotten to know about 20 more people that I wouldn't have otherwise known if I didn't use this method. It simply works so well because everyone's favorite word is their own name. It's the only word that would make you looking around the crowd if you hear it. Even if it's just your imagination, you would still be looking around the crowd. So all you have to do is just ask for their name when you meet them the first time, and make sure you do not leave the conversation without getting their name. So if you meet someone and then at the end of that conversation you ask them for your name and they say Jake, then the next time you see them, you can be like, "Yo, Jake, what's good?" And then that'll make it less awkward than saying, "Yo, dude, what's good?" I know there's some of you out there that are like, "Bro, I can't remember names. Like, if my life depended on it,
So no, don't.
Just write it down. Just write it down."
Here's a quick summary of the video.
I love you.